Hi, and welcome to Collaboration for Impact's latest offering, which is coming up in February 2022. The program is going to be Leadership and Evaluation for Transformational Change. And I'm delighted to be joined by Michael Quinn-Patton from Blue Marble Evaluation and Mark Cabbage, who are going to be the key presenters on this program. We're bringing this to you in February very much because we see that the work of transformation is part and parcel of how we bring about systems change. We can't distinguish between those two, but very rarely do we actually have the space to come together to really make sense of it, to get some input from key people who are leading this work in the world, and then to have time to digest it and make sense together about how we're going to apply it. So this is the territory we're going to be exploring. Michael, I'll hand over to you to talk to what the program's about.
Thank you, Liz. We are at a historic moment in the journey of humanity, really, on Earth. Since the Industrial Revolution, we've been mired in a plan your work your plan, control, we're in charge, we're exploiting the world, we're making things happen kind of world. But in the face of the challenges we face today, the climate change, the pandemic, the social justice uprisings around the world, the food insecurity and food challenges, the infodemic of misleading information, these are all systems issues that are intertwined. And they call on us, the clarion call of our time is to transform. And because we're facing a world where nobody's in charge, where we are not in control, it's turbulent, it's complex, things are happening rapidly. And the sense of urgency is palpable. Time is running out. COP26 tells us we maybe have less than 10 years. The pandemic tells us that. And so we need to transform, and leadership and evaluation together to create a new world if humanity is going to survive. That's what we're going to engage together.
And Mark, can you give us a bit of a teaser about some of the propositions we'll be exploring?
I can, thank you. I'm reminded of a quote by Francis Ford Coppola where he was asked at one point, what's the difference between a bad movie and a good movie? And we know that he's made both kinds of movies. And he said pretty quickly, oh, that's easy. You know, it's going to be a good movie when everyone's making the same movie. And building on what both you and Michael said, we are trying to make a movie of transformation. And part of the propositions are designed to capture what does that movie look like? What is the nature of transformation, and what are the implications for leadership and evaluation? And what are the practices and illustrative practices that can guide us in our work? And so here's a quick taster. We're still sharpening the propositions as we go, but here's three of them that I think make sense. Michael's already inferred this one. If we're in the game of transformation, we are in the game of systems change, not running projects. And while projects might be a modality and part of our toolkit to make change, the agenda is systems change, not running good projects. So that's proposition number one, and it's got loads of implications for leadership and evaluation. Proposition number two is that we are all looking for transformation, but transformation, when it occurs, is never really clear until the tipping point is achieved. And those tipping points are only clear in retrospect. So our job is to build conditions for tipping points, to build critical masses of engagement and momentum that contribute to the tipping point that we may or may not see, the big ones and the small ones. So we are into creating and tracking trajectories of change. And number three, and these aren't necessarily in order, if we're in the game of transformation, we will unavoidably encounter and possibly even generate resistance, blockages, and polarization. How do we understand when we're experiencing that? How do we learn from it? And how do we leverage it as a momentum for even greater and faster change? This is the nature of transformation. The what is clearer than it's ever been. The why is something we're still building, and we hope to explore those three propositions and others in our time together in February.
Thanks, Mark. So hopefully this has whetted your appetite for this program where you will come away with a thought kit rather than a toolkit. So if you are someone who is leading a systems change initiative, if you're working in place-based change, if you're working collaboratively to think about how you bring about population level change, either around leadership or how do you think about and measure impact and evaluate this kind of transformational work, then this is a program for you to be involved in. You won't be in a typical learning workshop, come away with tool. You will be a participant through this exploration and a contributor to the inquiry that we're in. So we really look forward to having that inquiry and this conversation with you and hope to see you in February. Please click the link and sign up and register. Thank you.